3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Sam wants to sing everyone a song to start off.
It's life outside the box.
Well done. Hope you all enjoyed that at home. Okay, guys, so new podcast alert. Life outside the box.
This is it. We're here. We made it. We've been thinking about doing this for a little while, so it's really nice to actually get into this absolutely insane studio here in Canggu and to put our ideas into audio and visual for you guys to enjoy and watch from your comfort of wherever it might be.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to chat a little bit about health and fitness, CrossFit, but mainly life outside the box. So those little struggles that happen to us outside our everyday life and what can affect our training in a positive and a negative situation outside of the box.
Yeah, so our name, Life Outside the Box, basically, we both train in a CrossFit gym. I work in a CrossFit gym. We'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, the CrossFit gym, we call it a box. But there is more to life than the box. So this podcast is all about exploring that. We will have some aspects of obviously training, health, fitness, but it's not getting so serious and locked inside the gym. So we can look outside of the gym for external factors that might affect our performance, our health, our fitness, and just our lifestyle in general, really. So that's kind of what the podcast is going to be about.
Sounds fun.
A lot of fun.
Okay, so what we're going to do, this is the first. You guys probably listening know a lot about us already. We're just going to take a couple of minutes just to explain who we are, what we do, and why we're here, really. So I'll start.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
There you go.
Don't put us all to sleep.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to. So one thing about this podcast, which is going to be probably interesting, which you guys will find out, is I tend to go on like little scientific rambles, and Sam will just end up hitting me or telling me it's boring, and we'll carry on going. So Sam's here for your entertainment purposes, really.
I'm the clown.
Anything, well, you said that. Okay, so yeah, I'm Mike. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I've got a master's degree in sports nutrition, written papers on the effects of creatine that have been published, speak, do seminars, all that kind of stuff on nutrition, train, strength and conditioning, all that boring stuff, but we'll probably try and take a little bit of science into this as well and come from that angle.
Yeah, so Mike is definitely the science behind the two of us, the duo, and I'd say I'm more of the practical. I've been working in the fitness industry for 10 plus years as a coach, so he can really, we kind of have a great kind of partnership. We're not a couple, but we've got a partnership together.
Sam's upset about that.
That he's able to really bring the scientific and the studies and all the information that he's learned over the years, and then I can kind of implement that into more of a practical sense that I've experienced through training through thousands of clients here at CrossFit Wanderlust and in past experiences in my kind of career in the fitness industry.
So we'll sum that up. I'm the thinker, you're the doer.
Pretty much.
There you go.
I do all the work. He just thinks about it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, guys. So we're going to just break down a little bit just what we're going to talk about over the next however many years this podcast goes on for.
Forever.
So nutrition. We're going to talk a little bit about nutrition, and mainly next week. We'll get onto next week's topic quickly. So next week we're going to talk mainly about sport and performance, body composition, and the effects of nutrition and training on that. But we're going to talk a lot in this podcast about nutrition, about making it real world. It's okay, like saying to somebody, do this, do that, do that. But we all know we all live in the real world, and that's not always doable. As the famous comment goes, the best diet for you is one you can stick to. So we're going to try and work on real life situations with that.
Yeah, totally. So it's all about making it work for you. It sounds like cliche, but it is a lifestyle. It's not just a choice that you're picking a diet to do or some sort, whether it's fitness, training, diet. It's got to be sustainable, and it's got to be a choice that you feel that you can not only sustain, but you can also enjoy doing. And that's what I try to preach out to my clients is you're doing this because it's supposed to be fun. And if you're not having fun doing it, you're never going to carry on doing it. So you probably all heard it before, but we want to try to kind of open your mind to that. And Mike's going to be able to offer you guys a little bit more scientific stuff behind that as well. And I can give you the more kind of fun stuff and the reasons why I think you should be going for the lifestyle choices.
So basically, guys, it's got what you're going to be able to do outside the box to make your workouts better inside the box.
See what we did there?
There you go. Look at that. Started already. We started with the jokes already. Okay, guys. Yeah. So one big thing that our podcast is going to offer, because we're luckily, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we both live in Bali. Yay. Bali's like the mecca for me of fitness and for kind of
fun.
Yeah. So we're going to bring on some guests as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we're really lucky here in Bali and in Indonesia as we get a lot of people coming through, so we never really know who is going to come through the gym and who we're going to be able to network with. So it's really great for the podcast as we're able to get a lot of guests on that are really like masters in their kind of line of work. So it's going to be really exciting to have those guests come in the near future, and they can kind of share knowledge with you, and we can kind of keep growing and progressing with all these amazing people that we get the opportunity to meet here in Bali. So it's super exciting for the future for us and for you guys listening.
Awesome. And obviously as well, fitness. We're going to try and get some fitness out there. This is where Sam will probably excel in how you guys out there, what you guys can do out there outside of the box to improve your performance inside the box fitness wise.
Yeah, totally. So like we said before, it's just everything that you do outside the gym does have a factor inside the gym. So it's that life outside the box that can make the difference inside the box.
I think that sums up the podcast perfectly.
Yeah.
Where we're going.
There we go. We figured it out along the way.
We definitely have not been worrying about this for ages. We're just off the cuff.
Mike has. He hasn't slept for a week.
I've got no comeback to that.
We're working his comebacks for next week.
Very true, yeah. You've got to give me 24 hours notice if you're going to make jokes like that. So.
Okay, sorry, mate.
Okay. So what we're going to have a little chat about as well is our weeks. So what have we been up to this week outside of the box?
Can't remember. So good, I can't remember. So right now we're in the middle of the CrossFit Open, which if you guys don't know is the kind of the first stage to the CrossFit World Championships or the CrossFit Games. So we're on week 2 right now of 3. So that's kind of taken our priority within our training. So it's all been about prepping and preparing for this workout that's once a week, and then recovering, getting ready for the next one so we can meet our personal goals. Like me and Mike both have different goals, but we both kind of prepare for it in the same way, and we're there for each other for the workouts and the rest of the community.
I love how Sam says there, this is the first stage, because for Sam it is the first stage, but for me it's definitely the one and only stage of the
final
Open.
Stage.
But I love how he was kind of being nice about us both there, but it's definitely not for me. You guys out there doing CrossFit, I'm super new to it, 3 months in. This is my only stage. Sam is obviously a much better athlete, and he was. This is his first stage. His kind of first one on.
Yeah, I'll be finishing at the second stage, so I'm not far behind you.
I disagree. I think he'll do better than that. But we're all good. So we also went wakeboarding this week.
Yeah. So again, I feel like it's all well and good going to the gym and being the fittest guy in the gym, but if you're not applying your fitness to your life outside of the gym, outside of the box, then you're really, I think you're letting yourself down, because if you're going to the gym and you're working on your health and your fitness and you're trying to be the best you can be, if you can, in CrossFit we say about learning a new sport. So if you can learn a new sport, or you can use your fitness in the outside world, then it shows you how far you've come, because you might, for example, we went wakeboarding the other day. Mike's never been wakeboarding, and within 20 minutes he wasn't making it the whole way around.
I was waiting for it.
But he was making it about 150, 200 meters around the 500 meter track. If Mike hadn't done any fitness in his life, he probably would have found that learning curve to be much harder, much more difficult. But because he's got strong, he's got good body awareness, he's physically fit and able, his ability to do stuff he can progress much quicker. So I used to coach surfing back in the day, in a previous life before I came to Bali, and you could kind of tell just by when someone showed up, just almost not by looking at them, but by having a quick chat about their background and anything that they might have done in their childhood, growing up, any sporting events or any kind of activities. You could pretty much tell that they would be able to pick it up within the first 30 minutes, and 9 times out of 10 that was the case. And they're just using what they've achieved in the gym and their lifestyle choices and their fitness, and they're able to implement that into a physical activity, which I think is really important. So for us going wakeboarding last weekend, it's an opportunity for us to get out of the gym. We're still getting our heart rate up for 90 minutes. We're doing a bit of exercise, but it's not, well, Mike was doing a little bit more than me.
Heart rate up every time we face plant into the water.
But yeah, you get home and you feel like you've achieved something, and you're tired, but it's a different level of tired, because you've both physically and mentally, you've had to learn something new, you've had to adapt on the fly, and you've been able to kind of use your fitness and use your body for fun, basically. And that's what it's all about, is going away and having fun. Training's fun, but doing stuff outside the gym is also just as fun.
There's two things there to me that stand out, which I think really get overlooked when you're looking at fitness, exercise, and even CrossFit. CrossFit is based around a functional fitness. So functional fitness, things we do every day. And because, like you say, we're doing our functional fitness in the gym, it allows us to be better at other tasks, hence the wakeboarding. And another thing as well is body awareness. Body awareness doesn't get spoke about anywhere near enough, but as you said before, you can tell somebody when they first come to you who has been physically active and done sport or performing in the past, because their body awareness is just much better. Mm-hmm. So I think they were two awesome points there.
Yeah, I think just going on body awareness again is, I've been working at CrossFit Wanderlust for 6 years, and Bali is quite a transient place, so we do get a lot of people come through, and sometimes I'll have someone, not every day, but occasionally they'll come in and they'll say, oh, it's my first time doing CrossFit. Okay, that's cool. We really like to just try to make people feel comfortable. So it can be quite intimidating going into a gym, whether it's a CrossFit gym or a recreational gym for the first time. You're looking around at everybody else and you can feel quite intimidated. And it's just making sure that they are feeling comfortable in this new environment. And then going back to that body awareness thing, is some people might come in and I'll say, have you done CrossFit before? And they say, no, but I've done martial arts my whole life. And their ability to progress again is much quicker, not because they've been doing CrossFit or functional fitness, but they've been doing a sport that's allowed them to build body awareness. And body awareness is something that is kind of overlooked in learning how to do fitness, but it's a really, really important thing. I've got other people that have been into the gym and they've not had any body awareness. I'm like, have you ever done any sport in your life? And they're like, no, I've never done any sport, but I'm 30 years old and I want to turn my life around. I want to get into fitness and sport, which is awesome in itself. But these types of people are a little bit, the learning curve is a little bit slower, because they first need to learn how to move the body. They're putting their body in positions that they've never been in 30 years. So you can't expect the body to feel comfortable or to just sit straight into the bottom of a squat or understand what it feels like to sit in the bottom of a squat. And it takes a little bit more time for these people to learn the ways. But the good thing about, if you are out there and you're thinking about going to the gym for the first time, I would really recommend going to a coach or to a CrossFit gym or somebody that really knows what they're talking about, so they can teach you the right way from the start. Because you don't want to have someone come in, or you don't want to try to self-teach and learn the wrong way, because relearning a habit is much more difficult than learning from fresh. So I think if you can come in and you can learn the right way from the beginning, that is also going to speed up your learning process and help you build that body awareness much, much quicker as well.
Sounds good. Now, there's something I want to talk about, but I'm not sure you want to talk about it, but it probably should be the other way around. It should be you want to talk about it and me not want to talk about it.
Okay, here we go.
But the Open, should we talk about the first 2 weeks of the Open quickly?
Yeah.
How we did?
What scores?
Well, we'll talk quickly about the workout and scores.
Who beat who?
Well, that's a ridiculous question. Unless bench press comes up, I'm pretty much screwed in this.
Yeah, so the first 2 weeks of the Open, we have one workout a week. The first one was wall walks, dumbbell snatch, box jump overs. I did 297 reps, which was good for 3,000th in the world, which sounds ridiculous, but I think there's about 150,000 people signed up.
Yeah, 157,000 people.
So top 2% for me in the first week. In the second week, again, was a pretty good workout for me. Deadlifts and bar facing burpees. Finished 2,000th in the world. So yeah, under top 2% on that one as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've just been in the UK for 2 months, so get my excuses in. I've had 2 months off. I didn't train at all when I was in the UK. A little bit of running, some push-ups here and there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to be able to come back in and yeah, just to do a good job, or give myself a score I can be proud of in the first 2 weeks. We've got 1 week to go. How about you, mate?
Right, okay. So the first workout was a 16-minute AMRAP. So for those at home who don't know what AMRAP means, it's as many reps as possible.
It was actually a 15-minute AMRAP.
Was it 15 minutes? Was it 15?
Probably felt like 16.
It felt like about 45. It was four. Was it 4 wall walks?
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah.
You explain it then. I can't even remember. It so long ago.
Sorry about that, guys. It's 3 wall walks, which is where you walk up the wall, hands on the floor, feet on the wall, and you've got to walk up to about 25 centimeters away from the wall. Walk yourself back down. Then you're going to do 12 dumbbell snatch, which alternating arms. So switch arms every rep, taking the dumbbell from the floor to the overhead position, and then 15 box jump overs. And this year they changed the standards. So you have to step down off the box Their reason behind that was to save people rebounding, to help protect their Achilles tendon from excessive loading, basically. So that was the first workout. You can explain how well you did on that one, mate.
How well I did. Well, guys, this is going to work well because you're obviously one of the elite athletes in CrossFit. So for you, it's going to be like the workouts are going to be how well can you do. And for me, as a newcomer, it's can I do the workouts. So it was 3 movements that I could do. So I got 168 reps, and I was pretty happy with that because A, I got no reps, which was a big thing for me, and B, I carried on going through the whole workout from the first second to the last second. I was working. So that was something that was good. The second workout was an ascending and descending deadlift and burpee ladder up to 10 and back down to 1. Bar over burpees. And you were very, very close to finishing that, yeah?
Yeah.
How many reps?
6 reps away from finishing.
6 reps away from finishing.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right.
And I got 122 reps. So my goal before, when we started, was I had 2 goals before the workout. Was 1, to get past the 10 on the way there, so to get back down, and 2, to not get injured, which sounds ridiculous, but it can be up to 100 deadlifts at 102 kilograms. Mm-hmm. So not getting injured to me was a super important thing. And I got past there, got back down to the 9 burpees and didn't get injured doing it. So that to me was a success.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing, like with CrossFit, for an example, it is very measurable, and we can go into the same workout and we can both have a realistic goal. Making sure the goals are realistic is having that goal, and then we can both feel satisfied, or we feel like we've achieved something, or we have found success through the same workout. Even though we're at different fitness levels, we can both do the same workout and we can both feel like we've achieved something and we've succeeded in something. And that's the beauty of CrossFit, or anything that's done, that's measured or timed, and you're able to see progress in the future. If Mike came back next year and redid his workouts, 100% he's going to do better than he did now. And that's really good for your mindset, because you can see progress off raw data, and you can see yourself improving, which is going to make you feel good and going to make you happy about your progress within the industry.
Do you want to take a guess at what this week's will be?
Thrusters, double unders, toes to bar.
Are you just listing off the stuff that I'm share?
That's the stuff we haven't done yet. So if you guys don't know a little bit of background, every year the CrossFit Open's been running since 2011. So this is the 12th year. And every year there has been double unders, thrusters, and toes to bar. And this year we haven't had any. So if you were a betting person, you would put money on there being thrusters, toes to bar, or double unders in the next workout. So that would be my guess. I also think it's going to be a 2-parter. So we'll see maybe a workout first and then a heavy lift under fatigue. Or maybe this year they'll switch it up and we'll do a lift first into a workout, which could be something new, which would be pretty fun, I think. But either way, it's going to be fun.
It's going to suck either way.
That's the attitude difference, you know. You got to look forward to these things. Yeah. If you're saying it's going to suck, you've already failed.
It's going to suck, guys, but it's going to fun suck.
Have fun, enjoy it.
It'll be fun. Okay, guys. So I think we kind of touched upon the Open there and what we need to talk about with the Open. There'll be millions and millions of podcasts out there and YouTube things out there about a little bit more tactics and where to go and how to go about it and stuff. I'm definitely more about having fun and being safe when we're doing it. Sam's about having fun, being safe, and qualifying for the next stage.
Yeah, totally.
So we're going to take it. Is there any big news inside or outside fitness you want to talk about this week?
You can start, mate.
Yeah. Well, it's because, like what you touched upon at the beginning, because we're in the Open, it's a little bit different to what it would be the other 49 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Because we are prepping, like we most of the week we work out, we stop working out with a day's rest, we start to mobilise, we start to fuel up, we start to carb up, we start to fill our muscle glycogen with carbohydrate so that we are ready to go for the day. So it's a little bit different. I'd like to say, regardless of our goals being super different, it's kind of irrespective. We still want to both give ourselves the best chance of succeeding. For us, our success levels and our success goals are different, but we still want to give ourselves the best chance of doing it. So that's why these last couple of weeks have been a bit quieter than what we normally have.
Yeah.
What we normally would be.
Yeah, so like I touched on earlier, I feel like training around the Open is obviously you're prioritising to train or perform at maximum performance 1 day a week, and the other 6 days within the week, you don't want to put your training on hold. I know a lot of people that will redo open workouts maybe 2-3 times, and for me personally, if you're doing that, you're in a CrossFit competition, you get one shot at doing the workout. Yes, the workout may get released prior and you get a practice, but I really like the idea of getting given a workout and then you're like, okay, here you go. This is the test. Go and perform the workout on the spot, the best you can do. And then that's going to be your score. If you do that and then you think 2 days later, oh, maybe if I change my strategy here, or if I do this different, I'm going to get 10 extra reps, then great. You've found a better way to perform the workout. So you've learned something from doing the workout, which is also another great thing. But I don't think it's a true test of where you're at right now on the day. This is the workout. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, just making sure that we're prepared to do the workout within the moment. So that's kind of setting up the week for that one day. A lot of people, if you are doing the workout 2 or 3 times, your whole training week is going to get put on hold because you're trying to recover to do the workout again, and then you realize, oh, I haven't actually done any back squats or any snatches for 3 weeks because I'm still recovering from 100 deadlifts or 200 deadlifts because I did the workout twice. So then suddenly you've done 3 weeks of bad training because you've been focusing on 3 workouts. And if you are qualifying for the next stage, the top 10% go through to the quarterfinals, where the workouts are more challenging, are more heavy. Yeah, Mike's saying that he's not making that part. But yeah, if you are going to that stage and you're comfortably within the 10%, if you're just on the cusp and if you redo a workout and you make it, understandable. But if you're comfortably in there, then keep preparing and use the extra 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the quarterfinals to prep yourself so you're going into it the best you can be, not taking the last 3 weeks away from one element of your training because you wanted to redo a workout and get a few more reps. So training for me, I've been focused on doing the workout on Friday, and then Saturday taking the community at CrossFit Wanderlust through the workout in our Saturday Smasher class, which has been absolutely insane, having 90 people come in and do the workout and all judge each other and cheer each other on. The atmosphere has just been electric. So that's kind of been another big part of my week. And then Saturday afternoon, celebrating. So going out for some drinks or going out for dinner with everyone that's done the workout, and within that moment you can feel proud of yourself, the effort that you put in, the community that you're a part of, and that nice social event outside of the gym where you can kind of reward yourself.
One thing there that that's just sprung to mind for me, guys, I don't know what it did for you guys at home, is how many people do we think get unfitter during the Open for that exact reason? Get worse at CrossFit during the Open because they're so focused on that one workout and neglect the rest of the training. So they're, in theory, 3 weeks behind where they could have been if they'd have trained properly and trained on their program for the 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get less fit in 3 weeks, but I think you might not be as conditioned to certain things. Like if I don't snatch for 3 weeks and a workout comes up where I've got to do a 1 rep max snatch, it's unlikely that I'm going to hit 100% or I'm going to potentially PB. If I've been snatching for the last 3 weeks, knowing that potentially a heavy snatch might come up, for example, or a big set of chest to bar pull-ups or ring muscle ups or something, if I haven't been doing them consistently, my body's not going to be conditioned and I might have to drop 5 kilos off my snatch or come off the rings 1 or 2 reps before I would have if I'd have been conditioning myself throughout the movements. So I think it's just being smart and making sure that you're still training to make sure you're holding yourself to a standard that you feel like is good enough for competition, because competing isn't just the physical factor, it's the mental factor as well. It's the anxiety, the stress, the excitement, everything that comes with competing is going to take a toll on your body and your central nervous system. And that's another big thing, is if you're going into a competition on Saturday and you've got all these people watching you, of course you're going to be nervous, of course you're going to be worried, you're going to want to make yourself proud. You care about your training and everything you've done towards this point, you want to show it off. And if you don't do well, or you stress about not doing well and you feel like you could have potentially done better, that all has an impact on how your body's feeling and your recovery and your mental health and everything. So around the Open, you might feel like your training volume decreases. So it's really making sure that you prioritize aspects of your training that you want to keep up. So for example, keeping up your gymnastics, doing a little bit of weightlifting, maybe not doing a back squat cycle through the middle of the Open because it's not a time to get stronger. We've already done the work. The last kind of 6 months has been the prep. This is the moment right now, right here. I just need to think about maintaining my current fitness level and not making sure I create any holes by leaving one or two things out. So it's just kind of, I'd say it's more of a maintenance stage than a time to get better at any particular movement, because you've got all these external factors that are going to go into your 3 weeks as well.
I'm glad you said that, because one thing that I experienced in the first week of the Open was me and Sam set our stations up on a Friday afternoon before everybody else. Probably for the reason that Sam just said then, that as soon as the workout's released, he just wants to get it done and test his fitness straight away with that. And we set it up, and there was, how many people were there watching us? Not that many. Like,
Probably like 10, 15.
there was definitely more than that. Like,
Modest.
There was
Probably
definitely
20,
more than that.
200.
There was probably like 25, 30 people
1,000.
like round us. And I genuinely felt nervous before it, to the point where I was like striding up and down the gym, and then one of the other coaches, Dan, came up to me, he was like, just chill out, it's just a workout, it's just another workout, it's just another workout. And I kind of told myself in my head that all this is now is a chance to show the last 3 months of hard work you put in. You put in 3 months of hard work in the gym, doubles every day. This now is just a chance to show that off. Just to see if it's worked, to see where you're at, and to show how hard you've been working for the last 3 months. So yeah, it is different. And that was, again, only in front of 25, 30 people. But it was just a strange, for me, a different setting with me and Sam set up next to each other, working next to each other. It was super different. I think now, based on that, we're going to move on now to our...
Yeah, one other quick thing there is like, what Mike said, it's 3 months of training to this one point. And the trouble is, you've done 3 months of training or 3 years of training, whatever it is, or 3 weeks of training, and you've got to test all of that in one workout. And that's why it can feel a little bit nerve-wracking. If something comes up and you can't do it, or you struggle with it, then instantly you're like, okay, I'm going to be letting myself down. Like, for example, Mike can't do double unders. So if double unders...
Well, right. Well, let's go. Whoa. I can...
Come on, mate.
I can get through them.
3 or 4.
I can do 10 in 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's getting much better, and that's the thing. Like,
But he's right.
But say like last year, for example, the first workout was wall walks and double unders, and if that had came up for Mike, he would probably be finishing that workout disappointed, because it's not a true representation of his fitness; it's a representation of his skill. So he can't perform 300 double unders in a workout. He can get through like 50 with some breaks, or doing double, single, or whatever he needs to do to break down that skill so he's able to perform it. But he might finish that workout and think, you know what, I didn't really get my heart rate up. I didn't get to show off my fitness to a standard that I feel like I'm at. But you got to remember that 3 months of training, or all your training combined, you can't test it in one workout. That's why the Open's 3 weeks. It's 3 workouts, and the goal behind it is to basically test all elements of CrossFit. So we're going to see some gymnastics, we're going to see some weightlifting, we're going to test your ability to breathe, we're going to test all these different aspects of fitness. And you've got to remember that it's 3 weeks. So you might have your first week, a skill comes up that you can't do. It's not taking the rest of the weekend or the rest of the day to beat yourself up over it. It's like, right, okay, that's done. I know now that I need to spend the next few months working on double unders, so when they come up next year, I'm going to be able to do them.
Which is what you've done this year.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened to me last year. If you watch my YouTube channel, The Life of Bish.
Hey, here we go. Started already.
You've got a YouTube channel as well, mate. Pop it in.
I have.
What's it called?
Just Mike Nicholson.
Creative. Nice. I like it.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, I've got a story of my quarterfinals from last year on there, a video, and I have the same thing. I could do some double unders, but I wasn't very efficient at them. And
what about pistol squats?
I couldn't do any pistol squats, which I still can't do, but that's another story for another day. And then this year, I bought a nice rope, and I was like, right, I'm going to get good at double unders. So I know this year when they come up, I'm going to do better than I did last year, and I can see for me, okay, that's great progress. So the Open is a nice way to find your weaknesses. You can look at the leaderboard. There's 157,000 people. If you finish 10,000th, 10,000th in workout 1, workout 2, and then you finish 25,000th in workout 3, you can look at the elements of workout 3 and think, okay, why did I perform like so much worse in this workout compared to the other 2 workouts? Was it a skill element? Was it my fitness level? Was it my strength? And then you can kind of speak to your coach, and you can figure out how you're going to go forward in your training to perfect that and to build on that. So next year you're finishing consistent across all the workouts rather than just 2 out of 3.
But if you finish 10,000, 10,000, 25,000 in your 3 workouts, you've still done very well.
Yeah.
They're still free.
I should have used more realistic numbers for Mike. 70,000,
no,
120,000.
Maybe. The first workout I was maybe 70,000, but the second workout I think I was 48,000.
Yeah, there you go. So usually, for example, is like where do you think that, how come you were X amount of places, how many places better?
Considerably, maybe a third better.
Yes. Why were you a third better in workout 2 than workout
Well,
1?
simple, because one of the movements was deadlifts, which is something I've done for 10, 15 years and it was really in my wheelhouse. My 1 rep max deadlift might be 225 and it was 102k deadlift, so it was like 45% of my 1 rep max. So it was a movement
Exactly.
I'm super comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you guys back home listening to this, you need to think about as well. When you see a workout, you need to look at it and analyze it and say, okay, for Mike, for example, he knew on this workout, he's got a great deadlift. So the deadlift isn't going to be a rest, but it's going to be a time for him to relax because he's got confidence going into the movement. Therefore, when he goes into the burpee, he thinks, right, this is where I need to keep moving. This is where I need to push, because when I get back to the barbell, I'm not going to fail a 100 kilo deadlift. And it's those little like mental challenges and mental awareness of the workout that can make the big difference, rather than him stressing about, oh no, it's got 100 burpees in this workout. No, think the positive. Okay, I've got 100 deadlifts. I'm never going to fail a 100 kilo deadlift, and I can move through the burpees, get back to the deadlift, and then you can see on the leaderboard that his score was much better than his first workout.
That's something I spoke about on my vlog, was definitely breaking down.
There's the vlog plug.
With strategy, basically, what are you good at, what you're not good at, where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, and then working on your weaknesses.
Sorry guys, obviously this is our first podcast, so we're kind of just going letting the conversation run a little bit. But if you're hearing anything on here that you kind of like resonates with you or starts to click and you want to hear a little bit more about it, then just leave us a comment on the video on YouTube, or if you listen to this on Spotify or whatever other platform, reach out to us on our podcast Instagram, which is
Life Outside the Box Podcast on Instagram.
Another creative name. So it should be easy to find. And then just give us a message or a comment if you have a topic that you feel like we might be able to help you with, or we'll be putting up some question boxes on there as well. So the coming weeks, we're basically open and we're here for you guys. And the reason behind this is we do want to share our knowledge, Mike's scientific knowledge and my more practical knowledge within the health and fitness industry. So if you do feel like there's something that we can help you with, then make sure that you hit us up, and we can give you a shout out. We can commit it to you. We can sing you a song, or you can stay. You can stay.
Please no songs. Please no songs. Wow. But I think that's a great segue now into something that we have done this week. Is we opened up my personal Instagram into some questions. And we put out there saying we're filming our first episode. Is there any questions out there that you guys want to ask me and Sam? We got a variety of different questions. We're going to have to siphon through some of them. We've only picked 4.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah. A few questions that would be for an after hours podcast, should we say?
Yeah, we'll just say the answer to those questions that were asked is no.
No.
For the important questions, let's hear them.
So the first question was from one of our followers, an unbelievable athlete in America, and he asked us what our top 3 fitness goals for this year are.
So you want to do one?
Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to do a little cravat to this, because as we just spoke about there, the open is somewhere for me was just a straight down the line judgment of where you are right now in your fitness. We test every aspect of fitness, and it's where you are right now. So my cravat to this is going to be, it's not going to be this calendar year, it's going to be in the next 12 months, because then I can use the open as a measurable format. Okay?
Yeah.
So do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so on that basis there, my first goal would be to get in the top 10% next year. To have 12 months, to have a measurable thing of 12 months of CrossFit specific training to improve from where I am now to get into the top 10% next year. Next year.
Yeah, I think that's a super achievable goal. For me, like this year, it was to be able to make the quarterfinals after my little 2-month holiday over Christmas. Which I feel like I'm going to achieve. And then within that is if a workout, I just basically want to finish higher in the top 10% than I did last year. So I think last year I finished 800th in the world. So this year I'd like to finish under 800th. So be able to show off my now ability to do double unders better. Example would be a good sign to show progress for me.
So that's your number 1?
That's number 1.
Number 1. What's your number 2?
Oh, I've got to go.
Yeah, come on.
Number 2, I'm going to attempt to clean 140 kilos this year. That's been a goal for a long time, but I've had a few little injuries along the way that have stopped me. So I've been chatting to my coach and we're setting up a plan to kind of lead me to that 140 kilo clean, which is a big milestone in weightlifting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one up before the end of the year or the next 12 months if I'm struggling.
You'll be fine.
I know you can already do that, Matt, so I'm coming for you.
Yeah, Matt's the guy who asked this question, just so you know. And obviously on the same kind of basis, my number 2 would be to hit a 225 Olympic weightlifting total. So the snatch and the clean and jerk to both add up to 225 together. So if we look at where I am at right now, where are we right now? Like maybe 160, 155?
Yeah, do the maths, mate. What's your snatch?
Well, in the
Do you want to say this on a...
Oh yeah, no, I'm not bothered. I don't care. I'm so transparent. In the complex for the Wonderlust comp, I did 60k in that complex.
Mm-hmm.
So we're above that because that was a few months ago.
So we say a snatch is 65 or 70.
I'd say 65. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, let's be realistic. I was being nice.
No, yeah, and clean and jerk. It's hard because a long time ago I powered clean and jerked 102.5 kilograms. But right now we're probably a lot closer to 90 than we are to that.
Yeah, so we take that 65 and 90. Quick maths.
155.
155.
Yeah.
So you've got 70 kilos.
Yeah.
To go. So yeah, nice realistic goal. Like for Mike, for someone like Mike as well, for me as a coach looking at that goal for him, if you came up to me and you just started the gym and you're like, I want to put 70 kilos on my total, I'd probably say it's a little bit unrealistic. However, Mike has years of strength training background. So for him, weightlifting, he's already got the strength. It's more about technique. Like your max back squat is...
Well, last time I tested it was 180, but I'm guessing it's more like 165 now.
But he's been there. Like he squatted 180 kilos, so he should be able to clean and jerk 100 kilos, absolutely no issue, and potentially more. So for him, that's why it's nice to have a coach. Is the only thing that's holding him back from achieving that goal is his technique. So us working together in the gym or him coming to the weightlifting classes at Wanderlust, he's able to build on his technique. And even the last few weeks, you've PB'd your squat clean, right? So your technique's getting better. So
did it twice in one session.
Exactly.
Which was really good.
So that's a super realistic goal for Mike because he's got 12 months to work on his technique. He's already got the strength. He bench presses way more than me, so he should have
probably double.
He should have the strength for the jerk as well. So it's just fine tuning that technique.
On that point, obviously, say like if you can correlate, like say a push press, like this is again when we're talking about technique. My technique is obviously not great because my split jerk 1 rep max, the heaviest I've ever done was 87.5k the other week. But I've never actually tried to go any heavier. But again, I can push press more than that.
Yeah. So that's another thing you'll find with weightlifting is such a technique-based sport, which we'll probably do another whole podcast on in the coming weeks. But technically, Mike can push press more than he can split jerk because of a technical error. When we just take his strength out, when we take his strength and we take the technique out, yes, he can split jerk more than he push presses, but without that technique, he can't. So that's why weightlifting is such a rewarding sport, because you can be the strongest guy in the world, but if you don't have the technique, someone half your weight with fantastic technique and fantastic mobility is going to lift more than you. So it's very humbling. It's very interesting and rewarding sport.
Well, we spoke privately about the frustration of being able to power clean or power snatch more than what you can squat clean or squat snatch. Like the frustration of that is just basically means that you are stronger than what your technique allows for.
Yeah,
you're stronger than what your technique is.
Or your positions. Weightlifting really tests us in our end range mobility. So we're going into overhead squats, we're going into deep cleans, we're doing split jerks. We need great overhead mobility, and not only mobility, you need strength in those positions. So that's why weightlifting is such a difficult sport to master, really. But we'll get there.
No, we will get there. That's for sure. Okay, so number 3, what's your third goal?
Number 3 is to just have fun and stay injury free. I think it's overlooked by a lot of people by their goals. You get so caught up in trying to achieve one thing or chase one thing that you don't care about. You don't care about your body. You're so driven to get the next lift or to do a muscle up or to do this or do that, and you put yourself, maybe you were trying to achieve something that your body's not yet ready for. So it's making sure that you're staying injury free, you're being realistic with the goals, and you're having fun. It's like if I'm going in the gym every day and I'm trying to do a 1 rep max clean every single day, so I can finally hit 140 is like, that's not a smart way to train. It's not going to happen. I'm going to put myself in more risk. Risk versus reward just not there, and I'm going to get bored. Like if I'm cleaning every single day for 12 months, it's going to become like monotonous. It's going to get boring. So for me, it's just making sure I stay injury free. I'm smart with my training, and I'm enjoying it. I don't want to be forcing myself to go to the gym. I want to be looking forward to going to the gym and enjoying my training. So that's making sure that stays as a priority for me as my number 3.
I saw a really good statement this morning. It was that your ability to stay injury free has more of an effect on you reaching your goals than your ability to increase your strength.
Totally.
So obviously that was a nice statement I read this morning, which fits in really well for that. So my third goal for this year, Matthew, is something that was probably close to your heart because the day that this got released,
wasn't it for him to come back to Bali and see you?
He's coming back, I think, in a couple of weeks. He'll be sat here, hopefully. We'll have him as a guest on, which will be lovely. But it's to qualify for Wadapalooza next year. So obviously, you, Matt, who asked this question, competed at Wadapalooza this year, and then the day that the dates were released, he sent me the thing of the dates and was like, "Why don't you try and smash this next year?" And I thought that's probably the second biggest competition outside the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, it's up there.
That would be a nice goal. It'd be a nice trip for us all. The podcast will all go to Miami, and we'll all
podcast can pay.
Do that. Yeah. So that's a great question there. So just to summarise quickly, that question was about goal setting, and goal setting's being smart. We've all heard about SMART goals before, and it's probably, we're not going to go too much into it now because it's probably, again, it's a subject we can probably do a whole podcast on, which is goal setting and achieving your goals. So secondly, the second question is, and this is an awesome one, what's the one thing you wish you knew when you first started your fitness journey? That one thing.
For me, less is more, quality over quantity, training with a purpose. It's all this comes under the same umbrella. Is when I first got into CrossFit, I did what every CrossFitter did. I'm showing my age a little bit, but Rich Froning was the king. He was the best of all time. He was super inspiring. I came from like a fitness background, like I did a lot of running, and I wasn't unfit, so I'd go onto YouTube, I'd watch a day in the life of Rich Froning, and I'd see him working out like 6 times a day, and I'd think, right, I'm fit, I've done fitness or training my whole life, I can do that. And I'd be going to the gym, or I was working at like a leisure center gym that went up during this, and I'd be like writing up workouts, and when I'm on my break, I'd be going to do workouts, and I'd be trying to do like 4 or 5 workouts a day with no real structure and no real kind of purpose, just doing it because I thought this is what I needed to do to get better at CrossFit. And then I did that for a long time. Like even when I moved to Bali, I was training twice a day, and I was following just a general program, but I was just kind of doing it. And I remember training in the morning at 10:30, going home, eating, having a nap, and then waking up at 2:30 to go to my afternoon session, and just being like, I don't want to go to the gym, and like forcing myself to go and do my conditioning piece in the afternoon. And I realized I was like, this isn't fun anymore, and I don't really know why I'm doing it. I'm not seeing much progress. And another thing, I do see that quite a lot here, is people come to Bali and they train for 3 months, and they try to cram so much in, not really training with a purpose, just training with maximum volume. They're either getting injured or they're not making good progress. So if I started CrossFit now, it's so hard to get into your head, but if someone sat me down and said, look, you need to follow a proper program or go to a CrossFit class that has a program, and everything that you do in the gym, you do for a reason. So you don't just add on another workout because you saw it on Instagram and you want to do it. It's like, yeah, if your friend's there and you want to have fun, you've got some energy, you want to do a second session, of course, go for it. But everything that you're doing needs to be done with a purpose and for 100% quality. So you're not just going through the motions. And I went to more of a new split with my training, where I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday weightlifting and strength, Tuesday, Thursday conditioning, and then Saturday CrossFit workouts. And as soon as I kind of broke that down, I started to get stronger, I started to get fitter, my gymnastics got better, and everything got better for me. So training with a purpose, having a structured program, and less is more. Not being afraid of resting. Like rest days, super, super important. So yeah, that's what I would say if I was to start fresh today.
There you go, all you newbies out there, that would be some advice. So mine, obviously my background's very, very different. So I used to do men's physique competitions, and train just hypertrophy, just based totally around the way you look. And the one bit of advice I would give myself now, I think I started lifting weights when I was like 14, 15, would be it's more important what your body can do than how it looks.
Yeah.
It's more important. The things you can achieve by being fit and functional is more important than being ripped, looking good on the beach. We all want to be ripped and look good on the beach. Of course we do, but it's more important how you can move your body and what it can do. And that would be my kind of tip to myself.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that as well.
Okay, so this is super. So we will quickly touch upon this one, the third question, but it is definitely going to be a full-on. It's not the fourth question what you're looking at. I can see it. But we will quickly touch upon this, but this is going to be a topic for one of our full podcasts, so we don't want to get too much into it. But it's, do you have to track macros to lose fat?
Yeah, come on, scientist.
Okay, so officially, scientifically, yes, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. So yes, your calories in need to be lower than your calories out. However, it's like wearing a fitness tracker on your wrist. Okay, when you wear a fitness tracker on your wrist, your body doesn't know whether you're wearing that fitness tracker or not. And a lot of people will get caught up in, oh no, I didn't press start on my workout. This workout's not going to count.
It's not on Instagram. It didn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's that kind of thing though. It is that kind of thing. Your body doesn't know whether you're tracking your macros or not. All your body knows is how much you put in and how much you expel.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a nice way. It's the best way of making sure you're in a calorie deficit. But as long as you're in a calorie deficit, it's irrelevant if you track them or not. As long as you eat a little bit less, move a little bit more, basically, you're going to force that issue. You're going to force your body to burn fat. So is it the ideal, the optimal? Probably. Does your body know? No. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, it doesn't matter whether you're tracking them or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
Do you want to do the fourth?
Yeah, we'll do the fourth.
Okay, so this was written from one of the lovely staff at CrossFit Wanderlust.
They're the best.
They are the best.
What's it say?
It says, I have translated a little bit, but it says, how do you stay motivated to train every day even when it storms?
Yeah, that is not Stormzy on the mic.
He's been waiting since that question got sent in. He's been waiting to make that joke, so I hope you all laughed at home.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, you want to sing a bit of Stormzy? No.
I feel like after the reggae bar last week,
Yeah.
you are the performer.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Basically we'll say, how do you stay motivated even in like bad weather when it's raining? Here in Bali, 99% of the time we're riding around on mopeds and obviously we're exposed to the elements and it is rainy season, so we do get a lot of rain. And for me, it's a good question. Like, why do I go to the gym when it's raining? Because it is basically the highlight, well, one of the highlights of my day. Like, we have a great lifestyle, great day here, but going to the gym, I do enjoy it. And that's making sure, like I've said the whole way through this podcast, is if you're not enjoying your training, you need to change it and mix it up. So you are. Like, going to the gym, it's a time for me to socialize. I train with my friends. I get to see people. I get to do my training, which makes me feel good. So rain or shine, I'm going to go because I'm going to enjoy it. I love routine. It's part of my routine. It doesn't matter if it's raining, it's sunny. I'm going to go to the gym at 3:00, no matter what, and I'm going to get my session in.
Yeah, I agree totally. The kind of things that jump out for me when I think about that question is A, it's one of the highlights of my day. It's something fun. B, it's pushing me to reach my goals, which will make me ultimately happy in the long term. C, I get frustrated when I forget, whatever, and I wear socks on my moped and it's pouring down in rain and we get to the gym.
Schoolboy.
And my feet are absolutely soaking. I have to always buy a new pair of socks from the gym, so I've got 100 pairs of
That's
Wanderlust
what you get
socks.
for wearing socks and slider combo. You can see on the video if you're watching this via the...
I'll tell you right now, guys, if you've never tried it before, you are missing out because it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I promise. Right, that's the question and answer segment again. This week, the questions...
It's the Q&A.
The questions have been great. They have kind of looked like something that we can answer. Those 4 points we can probably look at in individual episodes. A couple of them we definitely will look at in individual episodes. What we are going to do every week is we're going to have a question and answer section but it's going to be at the beginning of the podcast. This week was a little bit different because it's the first one, but it's going to be at the beginning. So keep sending your questions in, and the best few will get answered every week.
Yeah, 100%.
We are going to move on now to probably the best part of the podcast.
Oh dear.
The dad joke podcast. But before we move on to that, I have got a little story to tell you.
Oh no.
Okay?
Okay.
Are we ready for this?
No.
Okay, so obviously, with us living away from home, it's super important to keep your ties with people back home. Because obviously, I only have one grandparent left out of 4. Okay, so it's nice to speak to her whenever I can. But she phoned me this week, and she was complaining about this new stair lift she's got.
Yeah.
She was just complaining about it for ages, and it making me feel really, really bad. And at the end of the day, she finished round by saying it just keeps driving her up the wall.
That is terrible. I think we'll cut that out.
Okay, Sam, let's go. Your dad joke. You can't beat that.
I don't know. My dad joke. Ready? What did the biscuit say when it got run over?
Oh, no.
Crumbs.
No. How can you be mad at me for mine? That's the worst thing ever.
I thought it was quite funny.
My 5-year-old goddaughter, if she watches this, might laugh.
I thought yours was quite a heart-touching story that I was quite enjoying, and then you ruined it with
That's what it's all about.
with the
It's the
punchline.
setup. That's what... Have you not seen
What
any
about your
stand-up
poor
comedy?
grandmother?
I don't know. She lives in a bungalow.
Oh.
Right, okay, guys. So that we are going to start to bring the podcast to an end now.
Oh.
I know. I don't even know how long we've been going. I think we've gone over.
Hopefully you're still awake.
Our target was 40 minutes, but I think we've well gone over that now.
Time flies when you're having
Time
fun.
flies when you're having fun. So next week, what we're going to talk about is...
You're going to tell us, Mike.
we're going to talk about the difference between sporting performance and body composition.
That's right. 100%. Yeah, so that's a super important topic. We did touch on it a little bit here earlier on, but the difference between looking good, feeling good, and then being able to perform good and train it at the highest standard. So that's a massive topic, which Mike can really come into his own and talk about a bit more of the science, and I can give you some of my views from what I've seen over the years from face-to-face and one-on-one interaction with people.
And obviously something that Sam's really, really good at is the practical element. So something when somebody we train with, say, maybe is on a reduced carbohydrate diet right now, and then one day they came in and they had a super smile on their face and were super happy. I was like, oh, you're looking good, you're feeling good today. She's like, oh, well, I've had some fruit.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Ding.
Yeah? Uh-oh. So
bulb.
that's going to be something that I'm super looking forward to, because for me, especially now living in a social media age with Instagram, how you look seems to be valued super, super high over what you can do and etc. And when we do the sport of CrossFit, it's totally irrelevant how you look. It makes no odds on the competition floor. The person who goes over the finishing line first is who wins, not the person with the best physique.
Yeah, you don't get points for abs.
Yeah. And longevity and life outside the box. Life outside. I'll tell you right now, when I used to compete and I had super low body fat, life was harder. When you're in a super strict calorie deficit, life is harder. It's harder to do things. It's harder to motivate yourself. It's harder to sleep. It's harder to do all those kind of things. And like we say, enjoyment, fun, they're the most important things in life. Why do something that's making you miserable? So I think that's what we're going to touch on next week.
Yeah, look forward to it, mate.
Good. I think that's the end, guys. So thank you very, very much for watching, listening, whatever you've done. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, do all those fun things.
Yeah, if you want to see a little bit more of our day-to-day life, hit us up on Instagram. Mine is at sambish92, and yours is?
At Mike Nico.
And you can also check out our YouTube channels, The Life of Bish and
Mike Nicholson.
So yeah, if you want a little bit more of us, that's where to find us. But this has been super fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I have, or we have. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Peace out, guys.
Closing song.
Go on, you do it. You did the opening one.
It's life outside the box.
That was better than the opening one. Peace out.
See ya.